was this amazing virtuoso gambist, and he was known for his very passionate and free slow movements. So one of the movements I'm doing is a slow movement, and I'm taking freedom with it and feel like I have license to do that. He also has this reputation of having really enjoyed his wine, and that would probably make his performances even freer. So I'm using that historically informed tidbits of information. I loved the bit about Abel being buried with his combo.
I think that's the best buried tidbit that I found.
Yes.
Was that he was buried with his gombo. What's wonderful about the Barker too is you have this traditional piece of Bach that we all know so well, and then have an opportunity to hear it in an entirely new guise and new colors that she explores by using the instruments as the string and wind instrument as opposed to just harpsichord.
Well, and I'm going to be playing the French suite in D minor. That it's this Jennifer's piece is a recomposition of, and I think they're going to sound entirely different.
It's it's an intrigue to hear the voicing, but I think that's what's fun.
Yes, it is.
When you listen to just the harpsichord or an organ playing these, but usually the harpsichord, you hear the voices in the mingling, and with us you hear them interchanging in conversational lines.
Well, this spring, Kim and I had the chance to do a really fun project at the University of Delaware with Jennifer Margaret Barker's composition class. And last fall, she offered the composition class an opportunity to write for Mélomanie. In this case, Kim and me. In the future, you'll all be involved, I'm sure. But
in our pilot project.
Yeah, in our pilot project. Yes. So 7 students wrote pieces, and they wrote them all through the academic year. And in the spring, Kim and I got the chance to go over and talk to them, and we played the pieces and recorded them for them. And then it was very difficult. We chose one. Well, the one we chose was is by the young composer Michael Stambaugh, and it's called "The Machine Comes to Life," and it is a terrific piece. It's for solo harpsichord. What he says is this: is that his theme just keeps peeking its head out. I think is what he said, and it really does in all kinds of different guises. Sometimes it's decorated, sometimes it's they're layered on. And he's got a certain mode, and he goes with it, and it's really, really beautiful.
It's great to be at the art museum.
I
think to do something like that at this particular concert, because we have the art and all the color and the style, surrounding us, and that juxtaposition of colors and whatnot that we're doing in the music. So it's going to be fun.
It will be fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
It's our first concert at the Delaware Center for the Contemporary Arts.
Yay!
Yay!
How about that?
Oh yeah, we're playing. Yeah, I
Christoph?
I just wanted to tell homework.
Tell us a story, Christoph, please.
No, I have to research the story more. But we're doing a chaconne that is in the 3rd act. I think towards the end of the 3rd act of Purcell's opera Diocletian. And I think what opera was back then more like a mixture of theater and dances, and then some musical numbers with the chorus, and so there was this huge dramatic event that it's not just pure musical progression like we would think of it today as an opera or more modern opera. But anyway, the story is pretty wild. I mean, basically it's I don't know if I want this on. I mean, it's
pretty death and destruction.
I mean, basically a prophetess that tells this young man, I think her sister likes this young man, so the prophetess is trying to lure him in and somehow get her sister and this guy together. But he's just he's a nobody. But
regular guy.
He's a regular guy. Maybe even maybe a soldier in, I don't know what army, but she tells him, I see in the future I can prophetize. I don't know. I can see in the future that you have to kill a boar and then you'll be somebody. You'll be emperor. And he thinks, wow, that's gonna be fun. And he goes basically to the backyard and starts butchering all the hogs, and nothing happens. And then couple of days before, it turns out that this guy called Aper or Boar had killed the emperor. So this is the guy he has to kill. So he goes and kills this guy, and apparently it's a very anticlimactic scene because they bring the guy in handcuffs to him or in chains, and he just kills him. But anyway, he becomes he becomes Diocletian, the emperor, and he forgets that he was supposed to marry the sister of the prophetess. So she gets, of course, incredibly pissed off and sends a monster on the stage to destroy everything. But somehow he kind of comes to his senses. He realizes the mistakes he's made, and somehow then the deities help them and they defeat this monster. And at that moment, there's sort of a pause, and that's when this Chacon